Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and buried behind me right back there is my 1943 Case SC tractor that I've been very slowly working on restoring. We've gotten the thing running, driving. We used it to haul a little bit of firewood, but I'm hesitant to use it anymore because the air cleaner on that thing was completely destroyed, rusted out, would not hold oil, and I don't want to be sucking a bunch of dust and dirt through that engine. So it's been sitting for over a year now, waiting for me to get back on it. Now, I've done some work on the air cleaner itself. This bowl that holds the oil was full of water at one point and completely rusted, cracked, and we spent quite a bit of time welding up the cracks, grinding it smooth, and then putting some JB weld and sanding that smooth to seal up all the pinholes. This thing now holds oil. We also spent some time and cleaned up a bunch of the smaller parts and got those painted ready to go. And in the last video, we worked on trying to press a new baffle. Now this sits inside the bowl here and obviously had a lot of water sitting in it because it's almost completely see-through. There's not much left of that center. And we tried to press a baffle out of some 3/4 inch plywood and a little bit of sheet steel, and it didn't work. The plywood was just too weak and it squished and buckled and didn't do what I needed it to do. Thankfully, we were cleaning out a job site at work and there was a bunch of this 1-inch bar stock that was getting thrown out. So I snagged a bunch of this stuff. I'm hoping we can use this to make a new mold and die because it is the perfect thickness for that baffle. So today we're gonna fire up the torch, fire up the welder, bandsaw, see if we can't get a mold made for this. So I don't have an exact plan or exact details on how I'm gonna make all my measurements and stuff like that, but I've been thinking about it for about a year since I made that wood one that did not work. And I think I have an idea on how to do it. Whether it's gonna work or not, we're gonna find out. But I did some measuring. I think I got the pieces I need to cut out of my bar stock, so let's turn on the heater, head over to the bandsaw, and get these pieces cut. So the first step is done. I got all my pieces cut to length. Unfortunately, they are not wide enough to make the baffle, and that's why I got 2 pieces in each stack. What I'm gonna end up having to do is weld these together so I can make a piece big enough to fit the baffle. So I'm gonna head over to the bench grinder and I'm gonna grind a bevel on these things so I can weld them together. So I got some very shallow bevels into this piece of steel here. Now typically if I was going to weld something this thick and use it permanently or have some kind of structural or strength to it, you would actually like cut the steel on an angle all the way down through on both pieces, and then you would layer welds in, building the whole thing up, filling the whole thing in. I don't think we need to do that on this since we're just pressing a very thin baffle. So I think having just shallow bevels, enough where we can get some weld to penetrate in between, grind this flush. We have a nice flat surface for our press. I think it's gonna work out just fine. So let's get these welded together. All right, so we got our pieces all welded together. I think we got some pretty good penetration on them. I'm pretty happy with that. It's a shame that I'm gonna have to grind all these welds down to make these smooth, because these are some of the best welds I think I've ever laid. I'm really happy with how those turned out. But yeah, let's go get a table set up outside and get these things ground down. So I got all my pieces welded together, ground down, smoothed out. I am really, really happy with how they turned out. And I just took a couple minutes and I drew out my next set of cuts. This one's going to be cut on the outside of my line, which I don't know how well you guys can see it because the Sharpie didn't write as well as I was hoping. But we'll end up cutting outside my line, and then these outside pieces will become junk, and this will be my center that'll push down. And then this here, this will become my outside of my mold. So we'll cut inside that line, and this centerpiece will become junk. And then this center part of my press will end up getting attached, centered on this square here. And then this whole thing will flip over and press into here, which will hopefully give me this top part of the baffle. I am out of time for today though. I gotta get cleaned up, go have some family dinner. On the next one, we'll work on cutting these out and hopefully, if we're lucky, get to actually press the baffle. Hopefully you guys found this entertaining. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.